Coming up, pardon our dust while we walk you through the construction on and around FSU's main campus.
We'll tell you how 2 FSU student athletes made a splash in the Paris Olympics.
And we'll profile a student organization that has been pitch perfect in promoting diversity and inclusion.
All that and more on our Fall 2024 edition of Seminole Showcase.
Hey there, FSU. I'm Nikayla Elizabeth.
And I'm Marlo Mitchell. May 2024 brought twisters to Tallahassee, with F2 tornadoes carving a path of destruction through the capital city.
The impact zones included FSU's campus, and namely, its beloved circus. What was once a landmark is now an empty lot, and it has left the FSU family feeling empty as well. Last summer, the May 10th tornadoes caused massive damage across Tallahassee. The student body was hit even harder when they learned the Big Top had been demolished. While the circus program is still active, the students are left without a place to perform. However, a new Big Top is being shipped from Italy, and a $2.2 million rebuild is already underway.
It's just been sad for all of us. Like, we all just look forward to performing, and for me, I would have been looking forward to seeing my friends perform in their senior years and just seeing how much they would have grown.
With the new tent on the way, the circus plans to reopen in the fall of 2025.
A 2024 survey found the average American spends 4 to 7 hours a day on their mobile devices. Pedestrian safety on college campuses is a daily concern, especially in a world where distractions are only a notification away. FSU felt the ripple effects of this as recently as the spring 2024 semester. In April, the university took extra action after 20-year-old student Ellie Sims was hit and killed by a car. Some drivers are too distracted to comply with the law, and with pedestrians also glued to their devices while navigating our crosswalks, the risks are higher than ever.
Put in several speed tables within the college town corridor, along with raised crosswalks to increase visibility, more push button lights, and just, really trying to control vehicle speed.
FSU Deputy Trumbauer warns us of the need for extra caution.
If you're on a 2-lane road and cars are stacked on the inside, really be cautious, and before you get past that first row of cars, that there's a little hesitation to make sure that there are no cars whipping out and around the other vehicles and racing through the crosswalk.
FSU encourages everyone to pay attention when walking and driving on campus through their new pedestrian safety campaign, Heads Up. The goal of the campaign is to remind people to pay attention, obey traffic laws and speeds, and use crosswalks and pedestrian signals.
This year, Florida State University is reaching new financial heights. Their record-breaking budget for the 2024-2025 fiscal year amounts to $3 billion. This is nearly a 15% increase from last year and marks the largest budget in the university's history. The budget has plans to fuel growth in academics, sports, campus facilities, and more.
The main goal of the operating budget is to continue the upward trajectory that the university has been on for the past few years.
The budget was approved by the Board of Trustees in June, and President Richard McCullough has big plans for what this means for the future of the university.
The money that's coming in will allow us to take the university essentially to the next level, not only in our areas of student success, but also supporting the faculty.
Some of the university's capital projects for the year include stadium renovations, a new football facility, and an academic health center. With ambitious plans and historic funding, FSU is well on its way to building an even brighter future for its students, faculty, and community. For updates on these projects and more, visit fsu.edu.
The sounds of drills and jackhammers around campus have become the norm for Florida State students. What was once a beautiful setting for learning now resembles a construction zone. As the extensive construction continues, road closures have rerouted traffic. This has caused confusion and delays for students commuting to class. FSU has closed several parking lots to make room for the new buildings and projects. This has left fewer parking spots for students.
Since I've started having to take a different route to class every day, I have to walk a little bit closer to one of the major roads. So it's always a little bit more dangerous just because I'm pretty close to the road and there's a lot of cars every single day.
Fortunately, Most of the construction is projected to be completed within the upcoming year.
You're right, Marlo. I see forklifts and bulldozers every day on my way to class at Doak.
No kidding, Nikayla. And frankly, it's made it much more difficult to get to campus. And hey, since we're talking about Doak, let's check in with our sports anchor, Vega Schulp.
Thank you, ladies. And to your point, Marlo, the tunnel underneath Stadium Avenue was once a staple for many student commuters. However, with its indefinite closure, many students find themselves longing for their old shortcut. Florida State University began construction of its football-only building in 2022. During this ongoing project, the pedestrian tunnel was closed in February of 2024. This has caused problems for some students who walk to campus. With 80% of FSU students living off campus, the tunnel allowed for many of them to reach their classes.
I remember one day I was walking to take a final exam at the testing center, and the tunnel was closed, and I had to go all the way around, which added another 30 minutes to my walk.
Now, with more FSU students forced to drive instead, this has caused more congestion in parking lots and garages across campus.
All of the spots over by the stadium are taken, so it's spilling over to the leach, and then people who are actually trying to use our facilities or get to our classes can't get a spot.
The football-only building is expected to open in August 2025. The long-term plans for the tunnel have not been made public. It's no secret that FSU is one of the biggest brands in the college football landscape. But what about the band behind the brand? Every year, the sound of the Marching Chiefs fills the air at Doak, and Seminole Showcase reporter Brent Pattenrock takes a closer look at this iconic group.
When it's third down in Doak Campbell Stadium, you can count on the Marching Chiefs to fire up the war chant. This sought-after music group is a staple of Florida State University.
It does not get old. I still remember last year, I say it like it was a long time ago, it was only last year for me that I stepped on the Doak for the first time as a freshman to perform and heard thousands of fans screaming. That is like nothing I've ever experienced like in high school, nothing compares to that. And there's still nothing like it. Even now, like at the end of my sophomore year, stepping onto that field, getting ready to go perform, the nerves are instantly blown away by the screams of thousands of fans, and the adrenaline kicks in, and as you march onto that field and get ready to try to do your best performance, and it's such a cool feeling.
I'm standing in front of the Marching Chiefs field, here next to the iconic Doak Campbell Stadium, where behind me, Marching Chiefs put in the work that you get to see on game day. I've gotten the chance to speak with several of the Marching Chiefs who described to me the tireless work that goes into your game day experience. And they don't just show up on game day. The Chiefs practice nearly every day of the week to bring you the music you expect.
So what you see on the field with pregame and halftime takes Monday through Friday, 4 to 6, 2 hours of practice every single day of going through each single step of the marching show, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, literally starting on the sides of the field and practicing how we're going to move onto the field when we get out there.
The Chiefs act as a conductor to rally the fans around the Seminole team. They know how special this opportunity is and what it means for the game day experience.
This has been my second family away from home. So many great people that I meet every day, and it's just such a interconnected organization. I know the football team isn't the greatest right now, but it's times like these where we have to keep encouraging our team, and we gotta keep beating the drum. Go Noles!
At Florida State and for Seminole Showcase, I'm Brent Pattenrock.
Your next chance to see the Chiefs take to the field with an unconquered Seminole spirit will be on August 30th when the Noles host the Alabama Crimson Tide. And while the Bama FSU game will certainly have plenty of fans talking, an emerging social media channel has the athletes talking as well. FSU alum Jake Green and FSU student Jack Husing are bringing fans closer to the teams they love through their upstart Chat Us Up. Seminole Showcase reporter Massimo Cortese has more.
Social media is everywhere in sports today, connecting fans directly with athletes and inside the game. But for Jake Green and Jack Husing, it's about bringing out the personalities behind the epic highlights and high scores.
My name is Jake Green, and alongside my friend Jack Husing, I help run Chat Us Up. I work as the talent.
Hi, my name's Jack Husing. I'm the videographer for Chat Us Up. I deal with PR, getting us to events.
We basically just run quick 60-second interviews with athletes. We take it a little deeper, and we help our audience get to know athletes by asking them fun questions like, gas station go-to, which is our staple question.
Let's say you're hungry and you go to a gas station and get a snack, what are you going to go with?
Chat Us Up began with simple microphones and spontaneous questions, approaching their first ever interview without a plan.
And one day we started interviewing people out on the streets. It was kind of cheesy, kind of corny. We didn't like it. And then quickly we had the idea to interview a football player. It's just kind of random. The video was not good, but it was cool. It was different. I've never seen it before. So that's what was cool about it.
Just 2 months after posting their first football video, former Florida State University wide receiver Keon Coleman would give them their big break.
How you feeling? And we took it here. What you talking about? How we feeling after that dub? Good win. That's all I got to say.
We posted that video on Sunday after the game, and I think in about 2 hours it had about 200,000 views. And that's when it all started to become real for us. And we were like, yeah, we could do something with this for sure.
And now, just 1 year and 50 million views later across all platforms, Jake and Jack show no signs of slowing down.
So the next step is to get into a major sports league, NBA, NFL, MLB. Once one of those guys let us in, and they'll let us in eventually, that's the next step. That's where we're going to have consistent content nonstop, and we're going to grow.
For Seminole Showcase, I'm Massimo Cortese.
Thanks, Massimo. You can keep up with Jake and Jack by following them at Chat Us Up on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Although it may be lesser known than football, Florida State has also enjoyed prowess in the pool. In fact, this past summer, 7 Seminoles packed their bags for Paris to compete in the 2024 Olympics. Here's Seminole Showcase reporter Brianna Olivia, who dives in to tell us 2 of their stories.
Most students relax before the busy school year during the summer. Max Wilson and Gloria Musito, however, performed in the Summer Olympics. The swimmers shared how they qualified against their rivals.
I was just competing against one other boy, and it's based off of FINA points, so when the moment did come, it was a really big deal.
One of the other girls from Uganda, she swims the same events as me, so we were really like head to head on different meets trying to get the fastest time. But it was in Bahamas there after my 50 free. I knew that I'd beaten her, and I was just so happy when I ran to Neil after, and we knew that I had got the spot.
The swim team practices at the Morecambe Aquatic Center. Head coach Neil Studd explains how the team trains for their races.
Basically long course in the morning, short course at night. So for swimming people, that is focusing on the Olympic pool in the morning and the college pool at night.
I did a lot of my training here with Gloria. That was a lot of fun training here with the coaches, being able to get a lot of one-on-one work.
Musito swam for Uganda and Wilson swam for the U.S. Virgin Islands. Both swimmers lowered national records and placed in the top 30 for the countries they represented.
The swimmers displayed strength and sportsmanship in and out of the pool. When they arrived for the fall semester, their hard work and dedication did not go unnoticed.
It was just so fun coming back because we are like a big family over here. So it was just so fun coming back, seeing my friends, and everyone was just so proud of us.
You're getting a lot of people like coming up to you, asking you how it was.
It's really interesting how they came back with this invigorated attitude, because quite often I see a little bit of an Olympic hangover. So with them both being captains on the team, it's going through the whole team. The whole team is stepping up to another level.
The team welcomed them home, excited for the next season. Studd hopes to see them earning medals as they compete in higher levels of the NCAA championships in the future. For Seminole Showcase, I'm Brianna Olivia.
The 7 swimmers in Paris equaled an FSU program record for Olympians in a single Olympic Games. 7 Seminole swimmers also competed in the 2000s Olympics in Sydney. If you're not a professional swimmer, but you do love the water, Florida State may have the perfect place for you. The FSU Lakefront Park is a beloved spot for outdoor enthusiasts, offering beautiful views of Lake Bradford and a variety of green spaces. This getaway is only 15 minutes from the Florida State campus, and the park offers more than just a scenic view. It's a place where students, faculty, and Tallahassee residents can unwind and connect with nature. Spanning over 20 acres, it is home to multiple walking trails. This makes it an ideal spot for anyone looking to take in some fresh air. The lakefront offers challenge courses for groups and a climbing wall that is open on weekends.
It's a home away from home in a lot of ways. I grew up in the outdoors, and I feel like a lot of people don't get the opportunity to really do it, especially if you're coming from an urban area. I feel like we're a great space that you can try something new in a safe environment.
You know, we have lifeguards on stand, like we're ready to help you out. Like they walk you through stuff, they teach you things. So you can come and like not really, it can be your first experience, and we'll take care of you.
The Lakefront Park is free to students, and you should book the challenge courses ahead at campusrec.fsu.edu/outdoors/challenge. In a town like Tallahassee, between our studies and our social life, it can be a tough task to prioritize exercise, and it can be even tougher to work out while staying connected with others. Fortunately, there's a new run club in the capital city. In the club, Peak Pulse Tallahassee provides a unique way to do both.
People in our generation, they spend too much time inside and on their phones. So to be able to get outside, have some fresh air, and just meet new friends and engage in the community. That's what's special about it and why I did it.
Peak Pulse originally began in Gainesville in 2023. This inspired FSU students Brianna Martinez and Strider Graff to bring it to the 850.
So Aiden, the one that started in Gainesville, and we never really talked too much in college up until he started up to run a club in Gainesville. And then we talked about it and got it going.
The club meets at the Cascades Park Amphitheater on Wednesdays at 5:30 p.m. and Sundays at 9 a.m. That's all for me, Seminoles. Now let's run it on back to the main desk.
Thanks, Vega. And whether you run or walk, you can get your steps in swinging by Market Wednesdays outside of the Student Union.
That's right, Nikayla. Florida State students are turning their passions into profits. Showcasing creativity and business expertise, Market Wednesday is the go-to spot where these emerging entrepreneurs can bring their innovative ideas to life. Here, vendors bring their creativity to campus, and every booth tells a story. It's a perfect place to see these entrepreneurs in action.
The number one thing that sets us apart from other companies and fashion designers in the same niche of creating tailgating apparel is, one, our sustainability aspect, where all of our clothes is either made secondhand, made in-house, and sourced ethically, which really sets us apart in my opinion, but that we design for every single college university, which is really hard to get for schools who are really small.
Market Wednesday serves as a platform for creative minds to showcase their work and build connections with customers.
Love the most out there is just making friends. Everyone out there is so nice. The girls, like you said, are so stylish, and those are my type of people. So just talking about fashion and being with my friends out there, we basically get to people watch all day. We bring a karaoke machine out there, so it's really fun. We sing and people come up and sing with us. So my favorite part is making friends and connecting with the people.
Market Wednesdays take place from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. every week while semesters are in session. If you want to register as a vendor, you can do so at soi.fsu/events/market-wednesday.
College students are striving to stay informed on the latest media trends, but they might not know where they can stay up to date. Seminole Showcase reporter Vega Schulp has the details on where to discover the perfect articles covering today's hottest topics.
This is Her Campus, Florida State's chapter of the national Gen Z online magazine, where members produce articles covering sports to beauty hacks to sustainability. Articles at Her Campus have it all.
I'm an editor this semester. I started out as a staff writer last semester, and now I'm an editor. At the beginning of the week, I have to check the topics and approve them, make sure they fit in with their rotation. And then on Friday, I have to start editing. I edit all of it, and then I post it to the actual site, and then I have to write feedback emails, and I do 3 per week. I have 6 writers total.
As a writer, you are expected to write an article every other week. Topics are rotated each time, and you can write about whatever you want under the assigned lifestyle, campus, or culture article style.
I like the ones about shows. I love it when there was one about the recap of Dancing with the Stars, and I just love editing that because it's fun to edit. If I haven't seen the show, then I get to have a recap of it, and then it's pretty easy to edit, so that was good.
Her Campus at Florida State University is run by a group of dedicated female students. Together, they make the staff feel welcome by making it a positive and creative place. Writers, staff, and the exec team work together to create content that is both unique and engaging.
Her Campus meets once a week to go over feedback, events, article topics, and even member shoutouts.
Managing both X, Twitter, and Facebook, as well as managing the team.
My favorite part is just getting to spotlight all the amazing articles that our writers write and just see them get all the recognition they deserve. On the days where I'm scheduled to post, I post every single article that goes up that day on the Facebook, and then I post select articles and other content on the Twitter. And then I post 3 times a week, and then I have a social media team that posts twice a week, and I just check their progress. I just love how her campus provides like an amazing community for me. So many like amazing women I can make friends with and talk to and connect with.
For Seminole Showcase, I'm Vega Schulp.
New articles come out each day, and you can find them on hercampus.com/school/FSU. Happy reading.
FSU's School of Communication offers 4 majors that until recently were all limited access. But the school is making changes to its Media and Communication Studies program, and the Seminole Showcase reporter Adrian Valdez has more.
Florida State University's School of Communications is undergoing some changes in its fall semester of 2024. The previously limited access major Media and Communication Studies will be updated to an open access major following new legislation that was passed in 2023.
It's a very popular major, and a lot of students want to get in, and we were not necessarily able to get a sufficient diversity of profiles among students. So by opening up the major, it allows a larger number of students to gain access to the knowledge we share.
In April of 2022, the Board of Governors proposed an amendment to Regulation 8.013 titled Specialized Admissions. This piece of legislation required universities to review their limited access majors and open up a certain amount of programs to allow for more equitable access for undergraduate students. In the past, the limited access Media and Communication Studies major accepted 200 students, but according to academic advisor Megan Grant, that number has more than tripled to 600 students.
If we're going to be wide open and we're going to feed the whole university, we're probably going to need some more resources, and resources primarily in terms of faculty positions. That's going to be a challenge for all of us, and what that means for students is they're going to be bigger classes, which means we'll still do our jobs at the highest level, but there's less we can do in our classes when they're bigger.
With the major now being open access, the only requirements for students to join are that they have at least 52 credit hours, a 2.0 GPA or higher, and have taken the prerequisite MMC 2000, Intro to Mass Media.
Part of the fun of teaching 120 kids is you get 120 kids, and you get to, teach them the things that you know. On the other hand, doing it with 12 kids there's a different level of intimacy, there's a totally different set of things you can accomplish. And more importantly, from my point of view, students get to know each other.
As more data is recorded, the School of Communications will be able to better adjust to the increase in students for future semesters. For Seminole Showcase, I'm Adrian Valdez.
For more information on the School of Communications major programs, including the MCS track, you can visit comm.cci.fsu.edu.
As our use of technology grows with every passing day, so do our concerns about security online. FSU has been proactive in keeping us safe online, but according to our own Braden Burgess, there's one step they've taken that has pushed students' buttons.
A process every FSU student is well aware of. A duo push is a constant presence in the online life of any Seminole.
It definitely can be frustrating at times, especially when you're in a pinch trying to turn in an assignment, check your grades, something like that where you don't have necessarily all the time in the world to just be approving something.
I'm studying up on duo security. I'm looking into how it works, why the school uses it, and how students feel about the product. Duo Security is FSU's multi-factor authentication system, whose main purpose is to authenticate users through an alternative method beyond simply a password. Duo uses what it calls a push as its prompt for users to verify if it's really them trying to access their account, at times doing so upon every login attempt.
I think my frustration with it really just boils down to how often you have to do it. If you want to sign into any service, you'll have to sign in every time, get the Duo push notification. That can just be a little bit of a frustration just because you'd think you'd be able to just stay signed in.
I was able to speak to the director of platform administration at FSU's IT department. He told me why a system like Duo was needed and what his department does to alleviate student frustration.
The idea behind multi-factor authentication is to make sure you are who you say you are. Your password is probably the most insecure way to access anything. It's just broken, but multi-factor helps fix that. It helps correct that brokenness that's in a password. Right now, it's probably the most efficient way to have two-factor authentication for the way we do business here at Florida State. We do a good job of reaching out to the impacted students, faculty, staff, trying to come up with the best way to deploy these technologies as to where they're not as impactful. And again, if there's anything that's egregious, work with us so we can help fix it. It's not helping you get your job done, helping you be productive. Work with us so we can figure out a way to kind of ease that.
This is Braden Burgess for Seminole Showcase.
On its website, FSU has stated that multi-factor authentication, such as DuoPush, has made the accounts of its students and faculty more secure than ever before.
Another important issue for students is the parking situation on campus. This year, to address the increasing demand for on-campus parking, Florida State University made changes, including a new overnight parking permit. But as Seminole Showcase reporter Brent Patton Rourke found out, those changes have come at a cost for the students they aim to serve.
As students return to campus this fall, one thing is clear. Finding parking, it's a challenge.
I really enjoyed my time at FSU, but parking has always been the one thing that's been like, ugh, I have to park and I have to find it. And it's taken me up to an hour at one point.
I'm standing on top of Woodward Garage here at the heart of Florida State, where recently Florida State has enacted new changes requiring students to pay a lot more. According to the Department of FSU's Transportation and Parking Services, students are required to pay $300 if they'd like an overnight permit. I got the opportunity to speak with several students living on campus about how they feel about these added fees.
Well, I originally came in this year not expecting to pay, and then all of a sudden they're like, hey, you're paying?
Yeah, I was super surprised. I thought because we lived on campus that we could get free parking. It made it a lot more convenient, and one of the reasons why I chose to live on campus was because of the free parking.
I was more upset at the fact that they just sprung it upon us. I think they should have told us last year sooner, because I was coming in this year not expecting to have to pay. And I know for a lot of other people, they work summer jobs and they count the cost for the next year, and so I think they should have been more considerate.
It was kind of like, hey, this is the email and this is how much we're going to charge and you have to pay now, and that was it.
Here at Florida State, for Seminole Showcase, I'm Brent Patton Rourke.
The new overnight permit provides access to overnight lots from midnight to 5:45 a.m., as well as employee lots from 4:30 p.m. to 7:30 a.m. on weekdays.
Parking is difficult to find on campus because there's always something to do or an event to go to. Now, let's check in with our entertainment anchor, Hope Betzer, to find out more about FSU's social scene.
Thanks, Nikayla. Finding a sense of belonging can be quite a challenge, and creating a more inclusive environment is something many hope to see on campus. Seminole Showcase reporter Marlo Mitchell takes us inside an organization working to make this vision a reality.
FSU's College of Music is renowned for its talent and its student organizations. Students can explore their passions through the arts. One of these students is choral music major Caden Early.
As a queer man myself, it felt very good to just not have anything based on my sexuality or anything, and just everything being based on just the way that I could help be a part of the music.
In his 27th year, All Night Yahtzee has competed in multiple competitions and is notorious for award-winning performances and arrangements.
Throughout my last 4 years in the group, I have met a really large and diverse group of people. We've had a lot of new members come in and a lot of old members graduate, and this has exposed me to a lot of people that come from different ethnic backgrounds and a lot of members of the LGBTQ+ community. And I'm really grateful for the time I spent in this group, because if it wasn't for this group, I really don't think that I would have been exposed to all those different kinds of culture.
This past month, All Night Yahtzee recently just celebrated the release of its new album called XXV, which represents the 25 years of All Night Yahtzee and 10 rendition songs that give the values of self-confidence and self-acceptance that the members feel being in the group. With organizations like All Night Yahtzee not only being an outlet but a safe place for students, there really is a niche for everyone at Florida State University. I'm Marlo Mitchell for Seminole Showcase.
Thank you, Marlo. With the new semester upon us, you can listen to All Night Yahtzee's new album, XXV, on all streaming platforms. Like many other universities, Florida State is home to a large number of college bands. You can find them performing at clubs, bars, parties, and even some places you have to see to believe. According to Seminole Showcase reporter Braden Burgess, one musical group takes their creative energy to another level.
Last year, FSU Barstool featured what it called a parking garage band, rehearsing on the top floor of a parking garage. Now I'm here on top of the Pensacola Street parking garage. I'm taking a look around me at the really unique rehearsal space that this band uses, but I'm also looking into what makes them radically different than every other gig in town. The band's twist is that each member plays a different instrument than their usual. The drummer plays guitar, a violinist plays the bass, and a marching chief steps in as lead singer.
At all of our shows, we always, if someone asks for an explanation, we're always like, we play instruments we don't normally play because we want to have fun while playing and we want you guys to have fun.
The band's founder, Tyler Berman, started the project as a way to develop musicians to play with, especially in the summer months where many within the school music go home to their families. Tyler took on guitar when starting the band and uses his musical flexibility to coach the group when needed, as well as developing his own skill sets.
I had a guitar and I only passively played it, just like, everyone else who can socially play the guitar. So this has really given me an opportunity to get better at that. Everyone else in the band has made me better at my instrument, just as I hope I have made them better at something else.
Beyond becoming better at instruments outside their comfort zone, the project has allowed the members an outlet for their creativity and fun, and teaching them more about musicianship as a whole.
Normally I'm in the symphony orchestra here, and that's treated essentially as a professional orchestra, versus here, much more of a collaborative environment to really make our covers our own and make what we play our own.
I have really learned, basically everything I thought a musician was. Maybe I wasn't wrong, but I wasn't entirely right, which is why I appreciate this band so much for opening my views on what a creative musician really can be.
This is Braden Burgess for Seminole Showcase.
You can catch Amateur Act at local concerts and venues, often as part of shows by the FSU Skate Club, TMIC, and 96 Nation. Tallahassee has also become a must-stop destination for major EDM artists, but behind these massive shows are local student DJs. The student DJs kick off the shows and lead up to the main acts. These unsung heroes who set the stage might just be sitting next to you in the classroom.
Hi, my name is Ben, aka Sesh. I play tech house and minimal. I play at pods, sometimes 10.
Ben isn't the only one bringing the energy to Tallahassee's nightlife. Meet Joao Tavera, also known as Zero's End, who's making his mark with a completely different sound.
My name is Joao. I go by Zero's End. I primarily play dubstep. I primarily do shows at Baja's. Sometimes I'll do shows at the Strip.
When I'm playing for these crowds, not only is it about me and playing my best set, but it's also about the people. The main part about playing for a crowd is making people dance.
Tallahassee's nightlife is fueled by the talent and dedication of these local student DJs who get the crowd moving from the very start. Thousands of students are involved in the world of art, movement, and expression here at Florida State. Out of all the performance-based organizations at FSU, one takes student involvement to the next level.
For many students at FSU, dance isn't just a hobby, it's a way of life. And no one knows that better than the members of Level Dance Company, a group that's not only about creating art through movement, but also about building a community where every dancer's voice can be heard.
Level Dance Company is a student-run and student-led dance team here at FSU, and we're a performance-based group, so we perform at things like Homecoming Live, Homecoming Parade, Dance Marathon, and we have an annual showcase at the end of our spring, which showcases all of our choreography for the season.
Since 2006, Level has provided a platform for dancers from all backgrounds to showcase their talents. From jazz to contemporary to hip-hop, the group thrives on exploring various styles of movement, all while allowing its members to choreograph, collaborate, and shine.
It's been such a big part of my college experience. It's made every single performance, every single team gathering, every single rehearsal so worthwhile, and it's something that I'm truly going to miss after I graduate.
With FSU's Homecoming Live and basketball games right around the corner, Level Dance Company is gearing up for their 18th season, aiming to bring even more energy, artistry, and passion to their performances. But for these dancers, it's more than just a performance.
Level is such a fun group of girls. It's honestly made my college experience so much better.
All the girls are so supportive. We all come from very diverse backgrounds, diverse majors, just people that I wouldn't ever meet across the campus otherwise.
From rehearsal studios to the spotlight, the members of Level Dance Company pour their hearts into every performance. And with shows each semester, they invite the entire FSU community to witness the result of their hard work and creativity as they continue to level up. For Seminole Showcase, I'm Jasmine Peralta.
For information on auditioning for Level Dance Company or attending one of their performances, you can visit their Instagram at Level Dance Co. FSU. From runways to editorial spreads, Diverse World Fashion is a creative force on campus, shaping the future of fashion at FSU. Since 2012, DWF has been a space where inclusivity and style can thrive. The student-run magazine showcases FSU's diversity. The DWF blog explores pop culture and fashion, giving students a platform to engage with past and present trends in the fashion industry.
DWF means a sense of community and kind of an area for like-minded individuals who love fashion and love creativity and expressing themselves through those kind of forms, just like for a place for them to get together, be able to talk, meet new people, network, and also just kind of learn more about the industry. I feel like when people join, they don't, have a lot of experience or they don't really know what it's all about, but it's a great learning space, and it's just, there's so many new ways to get involved and learn new things. I think it's just awesome.
The DWF team brings concepts to life, from high fashion to on-trend suggestions for upcoming seasons. As they continue to evolve, DWF reflects the trends of each generation. To learn more about Diverse World Fashion, you can visit their website at dwfmagazine.org or pick up a copy the next time you see them on campus. Many students find themselves with packed schedules at the end of the semester. Those in the film school are no different. Students in the film school are gearing up to put their films on the big screen. FSU Film is a highly competitive program within the College of Motion Picture Arts. Students like Jackson Kottkamp in their first semester can expect a full schedule as they work to create short films of their own.
So that'll be a 2.5-minute short film shot over the course of one 13-hour day. And we shoot 5 of those in a week in our groups of 5, where we're a director on our own, a producer, a director of photography, a swing, grip, and electric, and a sound mixer.
All of this hard work does not go to waste. At the end of the project, students get to view the work that they've created alongside their peers. To find out more information about this program and how you can be involved, visit film.fsu.edu. Well, that's a wrap for me. Back to you, ladies.
Thanks, Hope. This makes me want to put a film together about everything I love at Florida State.
That's not a bad idea. One thing I love is how motivated students are to give to others after FSU has given us so much. In fact, over the years, Kappa Kappa Gamma has been working hard to raise awareness for mental health. KKG, one of FSU's 17 Panhellenic sorority chapters, was founded in 1870. Like the others, they are very dedicated to their philanthropy.
Philanthropy to Kappa, I think, hits really close to home just because our philanthropic focus of mental health and well-being, even if you personally haven't struggled with mental health, you probably know someone who does, whether it's a friend or a family member.
Twice this semester, the sorority hosts an event supporting NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness. Grace Martin, Kappa's philanthropy director, works hard to put on these events. Each member of Kappa Kappa Gamma participates in philanthropy. They've raised over $27,000 in Grace's time as their philanthropy director. KKG's Halloween Terror Night raised over $11,000 alone. Great work, ladies.
While it certainly is the people who make our school special, FSU also offers some of the most unique academic programs in the country. In fact, while not everyone encounters nuclear physics on a daily basis, today, Seminole Showcase reporter Samantha Thulke tells us more about a group of people on campus who do.
Hiding in plain sight between Sally Hall and the Love Building, the John D. Fox Superconducting Accelerator Lab houses some amazing technology. Graduate students Alex and Brian have been at FSU for 5 years studying nuclear physics. Brian's focus involves relating nuclear physics to astrophysics.
When a neutron star is a really dense, neutron-rich system, and you can have a scenario where two of those things coalesce and merge into one. It's a big cataclysmic environment. There's a lot of things flying all around, and how those things interact with one another is dependent on their nuclear properties.
The information that Brian receives from these reactions can go on to help astrophysicists predict what will happen when things collide in space. On the other hand, Alex has been working on something a little different.
Right now I am working on a new detector system to go in an existing chamber, and I call it ICE-SPICE, Internal Conversion Electron Spectrometer in Coincidence Experiment. The electrons of a specific energy will bend around and hit our detector that's back here.
Alex and Brian are able to do this practical, hands-on experience because of the equipment and smaller lab size that FSU offers.
This lab is small considered to other labs like it. Not many other public universities have a nuclear particle accelerator at its disposal.
The particle accelerator is located right here at John D. Fox Laboratory. This lab is what allows this amazing research to be done right here on our FSU campus.
It's unique that as a graduate student, we're downstairs, from the creation of the thought of an experiment to building it and then running it and then analyzing the data and then publishing those results.
The lab and its equipment also allow FSU to build connections with other nuclear physicists around the U.S. For Seminole Showcase, I'm Samantha Thulke.
To learn more, you can visit the lab on their Instagram at John_Fox_accelerator_lab.
Well, from nuclear scientists to newscasters, FSU's student body is clearly made up of a wide range of interests, personalities, and cultures. And within these cultures, Black student-led organizations have a strong and growing presence on campus. Seminole Showcase reporter Amaya Stokes has more.
FSU's Black community is all about creating an environment that represents their culture, activism, and creativity. With many organizations scattered across campus, the Black Student Union House offers a safe place for Black students to feel united in one central area on campus. The house, located on West Jefferson Street, is used to host events and socialize outside of only Black Student Union events. Sophomore Anaya Berry speaks on the importance of these spaces to her.
Even though there are a vast amount of Black organizations, they still try to center themselves around the foundation of BSU. So they maintain Black relationships between the Black students on campus, regardless of the organization they're part of, and joint events to make sure that they are getting to know the people of other organizations that have similar mindsets and similar visions.
Several groups aim to foster sisterhood and brotherhood on campus. Big Sister, Little Sister, and Big Brother, Little Brother are an example. Representative to these organizations, known as Miss 2008, Elena McDaniel explains the group's goal.
In the organization, we work to ensure that the lower division students get acclimated with the university life.
On the creative side of campus, whether you're involved in dance, music, or theater, groups such as the Nolettes and the Black Acting Method Society are just two of the many spaces to be. With Black students making up only 8% of FSU's population, it's inspiring to see how impactful their presence is on this campus.
The main thing with Black organizations being on FSU's campus is that it creates a safe space for us all. Our population isn't a big one, but it is a strong one. And with the orgs that we have on campus, they definitely ensure that we have a safe space where we could just be who we are and be ourselves.
At Florida State, Black student organizations will keep showing their pride. Reporting for Seminole Showcase, I'm Amaya Stokes.
For more information on these organizations, including becoming a member, check out knowlcentral.dsa.fsu.edu.
FSU proudly displays its diversity on campus through memorials and monuments. This includes the Integration Statue, which highlights Fred Flowers, FSU's first Black athlete. Stanley W. Proctor dedicated the statue to Dobie Flowers, Fred Flowers, and Maxwell Courtney. Fred Flowers shares how President D. Alemberte distributed funds for the project.
They spent $4 or $5 million. They blocked off the street, created a pedestrian roundabout that you see here with benches to focus on the integration statute.
Flowers discussed how Black scholars persevered and how their experience plays into the statue's design.
Racial tensions were very high, so when we came to FSU, we were here on a mission. All of us were valedictorians, salutatorians of our class. I happened to be a scholar athlete. Several of us had some mental health challenges because of the trauma. The teachers had different responses to the presence of a Black person, so did the fellow students.
The statue reminds FSU students of Courtney and the Flowers' efforts to create and protect opportunities for the next generation. If you want to see the statue in person, it stands in front of the Oglesby Union. And if you want to learn more information about the 3 alumni featured in the statue, you can find it at myweb.fsu.edu. Wow, Nikayla, there is truly something for everyone on our campus, regardless of their interests, gender, culture, or even age.
In fact, right here at FSU, learning does not end with graduation. The Osher Lifelong Learning Institute, known as OLLI, provides older adults with a way to learn new subjects and make connections. I had the chance to explore the classrooms and conversations that are transforming education into a lifelong journey.
Let's say 12 euros, 10 euros.
Learning is a lifelong journey, and at Florida State University, the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute, or OLLI, is proving that it's never too late to dive back into the classroom. OLLI partners with universities like Florida State to offer older adults a stress-free learning experience. No homework, no tests, just a chance to explore new ideas, connect with others, and have fun while learning.
We're actually interested in learning rather than worrying about what's going to be on the final.
Since 1991, the OLLI program at FSU has enriched the lives of older adults by providing a space where they can enjoy the process of learning without the pressures of a traditional academic setting.
I wanted to continue my education in my life, and I felt like by coming back to school and doing these classes, because there was no stress over grades, that I could really enjoy it and learn something.
The Osher Lifelong Learning Institute proves that learning doesn't have to stop with age. Whether it's learning a new language or exploring ancient history, the OLLI program shows us that it's never too late to expand your horizons.
Typically, there are, in any given semester, about 30 classes, and they range from science to history, and the list just goes on and on.
OLLI is not just about the classes. Members also enjoy a full calendar of events and activities that foster a sense of community and build lasting friendships.
We have walking clubs, we have a men's club, book clubs, and we also travel together. We make a lot of friends when we're with each other, and we like to say at OLLI, come for the classes, stay for the friendships.
For Seminole Showcase, I'm Nikayla Elizabeth. If you would like to learn more about the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute or sign up for classes, their website is olli.fsu.edu. It is never too late to experience the joy of learning. Well, in that spirit, folks, I hope you were able to learn something from our show this semester. That'll do it for our Fall 2024 Seminole Showcase. I'm Nikayla Elizabeth.
And I'm Marlo Mitchell. You stay classy, Tallahassee.